In honor of our own son's impending graduation from high school, I have a message for all graduating seniors, and in fact for anybody who's currently attending college or university. It's about ferocity. It's about intensity. These are the most precious 4 years of your life in certain ways. Oh, it'll be more joyous and productive and fantastic when you become a parent or achieve great things in business or get the Nobel Prize. But those 4 years, roughly, that you'll spend at university will be a time of exploration, a time when you have available time, when you will be surrounded by opportunities to stretch your mind and to become a broader person. And I'm going to tell you a few tricks about how to make the best out of your university experience. Because if you don't, you're betraying your parents, you're betraying your civilization, you're betraying yourself. Okay, first, you're obviously going to try to be intense. You're obviously going to ferociously get experience. That's what your age is. The tendency is going to do this through partying, sex, sports. Fine. Go ahead and get intensity through partying, sex, and sports. The point is that it goes far beyond that. Your mind is going to be engaged. No matter how boring the class, there's a trick that you can pull to turn your mind in the direction of finding some part of it that's interesting. And then cornering the professor, cornering the TA, cornering your friends, becoming expert on some portion of the topic. You can make it yours, and the more you make it yours, the more interesting it becomes, and the better your grade will be, and you'll get into a positive cycle. Don't be limited beings while you're there. This is a place for being unlimited. For instance, in your choice of major, it may be obvious what you're going to be or do. It may be obvious that you want to be an artist. It may be obvious that you want to be a business major. But if you pick the major that's easy, that's going to remain your attitude. It's far better to pick a major that's both fun and challenging. Now, that may be hard to find. But if you're any good, for example, at math, any good at all, or any good at all at science, obviously it makes sense to have a major that's at least somewhat in those fields because they'll keep challenging you. And the only way you'll do the science and math is if it's assigned. The point I'm trying to make is that many of the things we want to do with our lives can be approached as hobbies, as minors, as secondary things. I'm best known in the world as a science fiction author. I'm best known in the arts for telling stories and trancing people into believing temporarily that they're on other worlds, in other places. Was that my major in college? No, it wasn't. It was my passionate hobby. My major was in science, and I did good stuff there. And I'm not telling you everybody has to be a scientist. But what I'm saying is, if you're already really good at something, be good at that and take it along. College is a time for being challenged. But I want to give you the best advice. I saved the best for last. What you do at the university is refuse to get channeled. Refuse to get channeled in a major at all. Refuse to get your mind channeled by silly doctrines that you'll pick up from your passionate peers all over the campus, like the incredibly stupid left-right political axis that's been with us for 300 years and has never made any sense, and cripples agile minds who should be thinking about the issues and thinking about solutions and negotiating with each other and knowing for a fact that their parents' dogmas are wrong. All of them. No. Don't get channeled even by the buildings. Don't walk from your dorm cave to your class cave to the cave where you get your meals and then back to the plane where you ride your vehicle back to some other place. Walking between these cliffs. What are these cliffs? Buildings. buildings that you'll never enter, that it wouldn't even occur to you to enter. Buildings where things are happening that you have been tricked into thinking are none of your business. They are your business. They're at an open university. There are no signs saying undergraduates stay out. Where's your curiosity? Curiosity is what you're there for. All right, here's an exercise that I want you guys to try. I want you to take a map of your college campus, put it on the wall, and once a month, maybe more often, throw a dart at the map. Go to whatever building the dart lands near. If the dart doesn't land near a building, throw it again. Go to whatever building the dart lands near. And then I want you to take out some of those Dungeons and Dragons dice. If it's an 8-story building, take out an 8-sided die. Roll up a random floor in that building. Go to that floor. Throw a ball down the hall. Wherever the ball stopped, pick up the ball, turn it to the nearest door, knock on it, and say, "Excuse me, what do you do here?" Now, always in life, when somebody gives you advice, ponder, what's the worst that can happen if I follow this advice? Hey, let's go skydiving. What's the worst that can happen? It makes you a little more cautious. What's the worst thing that can happen if you knock on a randomly chosen door at the university and say, "Excuse me, what do you do here?" The worst that can happen is, "Go away, little kid, you're bothering me." Big deal. Go to the next door. Keep asking the question until somebody says, "Oh, you're interested? Okay. I can find the time." And what you'll get is a tour of concepts, things, ideas that you never imagined. They were never inside your brain before. Things that you'll be admitting in, welcoming in, new concepts. Inside these buildings, people are changing what it means to be human. They're altering the future in real time. And if you go to the university and you walk between these buildings, never having gone inside, never having explored, as is your right as a taxpayer who helped pay for those buildings, your parents' right to have you be the kind of adventurer who takes advantage of curiosity. If you spend your 4 years just going dope-de-dope to classes in a dope-de-dope assigned major, then dope-de-dope is what you're going to be. No, explore. Be ferocious. It's your right to ask questions. It's also a pretty good date. Certainly nobody you ask out to do that will ever have done that before. No. This is cool. It's fun. And that's how I got 3 summer jobs when I was an undergraduate. 3. You can make lifetime friends. Your mind will be open to new things. And is that my advice? No. My advice is to have the kind of attitude that is displayed by doing that experiment. The kind of attitude that says, "I'm curious, and this place is a feast for the curious." And once you've done that, you'll be a champion of the Enlightenment. You'll be a champion of our civilization, and whatever you do, you'll be a hero.